Hello everyone, this is leewhat. So today we're back to Livea. This time I want to investigate how to use Livea if we don't have Lacrimoso in challenge. So like the previous video we already investigate which weapon build. So right now I want to try on the episode 5 challenge, which has 5464 resistance. We are trying to optimize the damage, so we try to use resistance for more scaling, the damage scaling, which is 1100% of the resistance per hit. Then we need to get enough penetration. So for this we can try check this one without Lacrimoso and with Remy. Remy will give 1000 resistance penetration. So with that we only need 1732 resist penetration, because the passive give double the penetration. Upon activating Dragon Ribs, increase the hero's resistance by 150% and resistance penetration by 100% for 3 seconds. So here we have penetration plus 1000 from Remy times 2 equal to 5464 resistance that we need. And then we divide by half, divide by 2 become 2732, and minus 1000 become 1732. That means we can use this sigil, golden experience, for 1500 resistance penetration and 2 resist penetration ring. Then we will get more than 1732, which is enough to cover the challenge. And then the next pairing we'll be using Aria, because Livea damage scaling from the resistance, so we'll be using Aria with full resistance without the set option, because Aria passive doesn't count the resistance from set option. So this one is the highest we can get. Celestial Blessing increase ally armor and resistance by 125% of the hero's armor and resistance respectively. And Celestial Blessing also increase attack power by 20%. And every time an ally blessed with Celestial Blessing receive 5 hits, Aria additionally summon the Constellation of Twins to increase the damage received by enemies by 15% for 8 seconds. This one also good. So right now the problem is determining the partner. Usually we will be using the Kaede, but not everyone have Kaede. Also right now, because we have the critical damage build, we lack in the critical chance aspect. 55 plus 10. Usually in challenge they have 50% critical resistance, so that means right now we only have 15% chance to deal critical damage, because we have usually we rely on Lacrimoso for that. Lacrimoso increase critical chance by 50%. That's why they are a good pair. So we need to something to replace Lacrimoso. Resistance penetration, we covered it by using Remy, and then we need to cover the critical chance. We don't have much critical chance buffer here, so like Drake will buff. Upon using his block, Drake raises the entire team's critical chance by 50% of his own. And with the Soba weapon effect magnified by 1.5 times, that means becomes 75% of his critical chance. That's why we focus on the critical chance and HP for his survival for the biggest shield. And we use the critical chance ring. Right now you can use the 6 star for the critical chance 13%. But Drake has a problem, mainly about the delegation. He can't use his block unless he is close to the enemy, which can be a problem. That means we run out of blocks. So let's try. For this one, for the challenge 14, they have a parry with goddess, which require fast goddess cooldown. So I recommend to use Bella for the shorter cooldown rather than Silunis. Silunis is good buff, but the cooldown can be long. So right now we can cover the resistance and we have the critical chance, but we still like the magical damage increase from the Lacrimoso. But hopefully this is enough. Now you can see with the delegation start to stack Drake's block, because Drake will start at the behind and not too close to the enemy and doesn't use his block. For the first stage and the second stage is still okay, but later on the third stage, on the third boss, the range is too far and Drake will not use the block. So for this stage is still fine. Let's try on the next stage. This one. For this one we can use Silunis. Since we like the magical damage increase, we can't kill the boss on time. So at the hidden will be lag on the block gen. Now you can see Drake also still feel the bar because the enemy is quite far now. Luckily the third boss come to us, so Drake can use his block. For this one, could be risky because the third boss is really far. We might waste the champion. Right now we are filled with the bar and the third boss is far away. We also didn't get any blocks from using Remy, so this is a waste. See, this part is risky because we need to wait until they are close and we already ran out of the block. still possible to clear, but risky. So next is, what if we try without increasing the critical chance? We just straight Bella and increase resistance. For this one, I try to use Siren because Ocean Pulse increase the affected allies resistance by 50% of Siren's resistance. So here I have the full resistance build, and we're using Bella. So Siren don't have problem with the range for now. But as you can see, we don't have any critical damage. And Arya died. Since we saw Popo here, we need to leave immediately if we lose. We need to leave immediately before the game says we lost. Right? With this, we still can save the Popo. So Siren is not good enough. You have Kaede. Let's use Kaede. Kaede will create a clone for Livea, so we have more damage this way. So pro tips: if you saw Popo and you lose the battle, quickly leave the stage before the battle ended, and then just redo the battle. You will get the Popo if you win, after you clear. So much faster with Kaede. See, we get back Popo. Now let's try on the second stage. You can use Bella or Silunis. Both is fine. Just make sure you have the protection of the goddess skill, because the third boss and the second boss hit hard and stuns. Now for the stage 3. So if you have Kaide, it's good to clear the challenge with Livea only. So Kaide is okay. Now what if you don't have the chance to get Kaide? What can you use then? Drake was okay but risky. Siren wasn't good enough. So another way to increase the critical chance is by debuffing enemies' critical resistance. For that one we have Pyro. Enemies hit by concentrated bombing lose critical resistance by 5% for 4 seconds. Maximum X stacks. So that's mean 40% critical chance. Let's try if this one is possible or not. For the build, I'm using the as long he survive budget mode. Arya die again. That Sworden is really annoying. So maybe we can use a Resurrection Ring for both Arya and Spyro. We can reach the hidden, so maybe they just need a second life. What about the next stage? So the first stage we need Resurrection Ring. For the second stage, should be no problem. So yeah, it's fine. Right now for the third stage. The first boss seems slow. It could have problem. It takes 2 champions. We probably will run out of blocks in the 3rd boss. Will you consider this as risky? Possible. So for this one, we need to use Restoration Ring. For this one and this one is okay. But what if you don't want to build Spyro? What else can we use? Let's say if you don't have any collaboration, or you don't want to use the seasonal secret heroes. Then we have that hero, our most trusted hero in the delegation, Yowudong. Upon using a 3-chain, Yowudong generates 1 block for the entire team and increase the amount of heals they receive by 30%. Also, upon using a 3-chain, Yowudong increase the entire team evasion by 40 and critical chance by 30. But with this one, we need to lead Yowudong. For the weapon build, it's a defensive mode. With this, we should clear all the stage. For the Remy, if you have the level 50 bone skill, it will be better. But if you don't have, assuming you are the newer player, only level 7, then you still can use that. This one could start slower because we need to wait until Livea gets her SP skill to start summoning the bone. If you still feel risky, just give Restoration Ring to Yowudong and Arya. That Soden is just annoying. Next, the second stage. Now for the last stage. Yep, no problem. So for the conclusion, if you have only Livea and doesn't have Lacrimoso, and you don't mind and you want to clear challenge, episode 5 especially, you can use Kaide or Yeudong. But if you don't mind the slower clear and you want more reliability, I recommend using your Wudong with the restoration skill and the restoration ring. And still with Remy with the level 50 skill if you have. That will ensure even if your Livea dies or Arya dies, your Wudong will still revive them and continue with the delegation. So that's it. I hope everyone is fine. You learned something today. Bye bye.